video roadblocks. I'm not going to, throw a bunch of flowers at you and say everything's great. There's no panacea here. There's some bad news. There are a number of things that are impeding the growth of online video. Not the least of which, there's no video search yet, really. There is kind of, sort of, but it's not working. We'll talk about that later. There's not the scale that we really need, like compared to television, and we looked at the actual minutes used there. We have still not figured out that business model ad format thing. Measurement is still a bit of a mess, and we have to work through that. But ID is making huge progress there. And then we've got the quality of content issue. I'm not going to get into specific sites or what you think is cool or I don't, but there is some major issues on the minds of advertisers. And they listen to prognosticators like Andrew Keen, is the author of The Cult of Amateur, who put it this way: no one wants to advertise next to crap. So, thank you for putting it in those blunt terms. I'm sorry that's right after lunch. Let's look at the breakdown of where online video viewing, where it's going. This is according to Screen Digest. I have no idea, just full disclosure, how accurate this is. I don't know how they could possibly measure what is UGC and what is professional, but this is what they're saying. It tilts, or tilted in 2006, towards professional at 53% versus 47% UGC. And that what they're saying is by 2010, it's going to flip, and it's going to be a majority towards UGC. I mean, that's just a wild figure, so don't put too much weight behind that. But they go on to say that UGC will only make up 15% of ad revenue. So it is not going to keep up with the volume of usage. Okay? It's going to be behind because of that business model aspect and the fact that advertisers are leery of advertising there. So they just kind of confirm it here as yet. No one has found a way to make real money from the huge audiences who participate on these sites. I think that will start to change when we see more and more professional content. And then if we look at YouTube, how are they doing financially? Well, according to one source, they're going to make 90 million in 2008, up from about 30 million. Of course, this is Bear Stearns, so I'm not sure that you should believe it or not. I hope nobody's in the room for Bear Stearns. I love Bear Stearns, but that's what it is. I love this quote from Eric Schmidt: monetizing YouTube, that's sort of the big project for this year. Well, it certainly sounds like a big project to me. You spent $1.6 billion on it. You're getting 90 million if you're lucky at the end of this year. But that's Eric's problem. Online video content categories that U.S. internet users would watch a lot more of if available. Here's a good indicator of where this is going. 8%, yeah, I want to watch more stuff on YouTube, this fun kind of amateur stuff. But 30% roughly said TV episodes and full-length movies. Thank you very much. That's where the movement is going. Very exciting. Here's what the broadcasters said. Very interesting. This is from Quincy Smith. The $4.5 billion we make on broadcast is never going to equate to the $4.5 billion we're going to make online. So they got some refiguring out to do to make that work for them. Very similarly, Geoff Zucker of NBC, our challenge is to effectively monetize online video so that we do not end up trading analog dollars for digital pennies. All right? Lots of groundbreaking work needs to be done. This is a kind of a scary chart showing all the researchers showing the percent of online video viewers finding online video ads annoying. As you can see, it's a pretty high percentage. So we're going to have to be really careful to make sure our ads are relevant and to make sure that they're creative and some other things that I'm going to talk about in a bit. And by the way, Forrester said 75% claim they ignore video ads. I'm not sure how true that is, but that's what they're saying. I would summarize it with 3 S's if you're going to do online video. Number 1 is make them scarce. That is, don't sit there and plug it up with 4 commercials on a 2-minute video. I don't think you're going to get very far. Make them sweet. In other words, compelling, interesting in and of themselves. And please do make them short. All the data supports that. I'm going to just quickly say, you can read the charts later if you want, but everybody's saying make them short and maybe I'll be willing to watch. According to Frank McGidd, 72% of online video viewers prefer ads that are 15 seconds or less, and they even prefer them even shorter than that if they could get it. Insight expressed in another survey, what would make video ads more pleasurable? What a surprise, make them shorter. Thank you very much. And then we've got Anthony Monturo of Anheuser-Busch, who says the internet user doesn't want to sit and watch a 30-second ad that they can see on traditional media. So it's not just a question of how short, but don't just show me the same thing I just saw on television. Do something creative, do something different. Similarly, that was echoed by Jeff Lanscott of Razorfish. It's easy to repurpose an ad. We all know that, but it's not a good idea. We all keep doing it for some reason, so we have to get over it. Most people are discovering new videos in a random way. 62% just surf the web, trying to find it. What's interesting, only 36% are using search engines, right? Now think about it. If you were told about a really great video ad or any kind of video that you wanted to see, wouldn't you use a search engine? Well, they're not because it doesn't work. And if you don't believe this number, AOL survey put it at 37. Huge convergence with the researchers. It's about 35 to 36%. Putting this into perspective is Forrester's Brian Haven, who just so succinctly wrapped it up by saying, video search sucks. So thank you, Brian, for putting that. Now we get to the fun.